Order for breaking news, the Mr. Sodom Brem see our Ghanatube for breaking news. I bet to you say, Mobile NSS, National Service for almost scandal. Then now bet to you another for Sisi Ameno Casano, former director no Pako Pimo quarter. Sisi Ano, ya granting 800 million Ghana cedis charge. Kasi upon a bon. Order for where breaking news. I bet to you, I'm speaking in our bro. 800 million Ghana cedis charge. Kasi upon a bon with 6 sureties. Order for when you breaking news, Ako Pimo court. Concerning a national service for almost scandal the den na beto dwano na me so be di nya brown just say a former director no asibe entry ono na disi amena okasa no je dey sa akwedu kese na bonu charge kese 800 million Ghana cedis and ya dey bonu with 6 solid sureties or for when you breaking news abeto dwa concerning a national service for almost scandal na aye deja Ghana say na nde akopimo court abisudi ni nyina bro e Ghanatube for manko nyakoje sansemu nyina nchim embra isi Ghanatube so.
First story, former director of the National Service Authority, SUBCRIBE, has been granted bail of about 800 million cedis with 6 sureties. Earlier, SUBCRIBE pleaded not guilty to 14 counts of stealing, causing financial loss to the state and money laundering. As part of the bail conditions, the sureties are to submit their IDs to the courts registry and also must have landed properties to be justified. SUBCRIBE is to report to the NIB every first and third Wednesday of the month. Additionally, his name is to be placed on the stop list of the Ghana Immigration Service. Lord Edward Sari is our court correspondent who's following this story closely in court. Lord, good afternoon to you. What else can you report about SUBCRIBE in court today?
Right, so Kemini, prosecution was led by the Deputy Attorney General, Dr. Justice Remsai, and narrating the brief facts of the case, he indicated that from August 2021 to February 2025, SUBCRIBE, the former director of the National Service Authority, approved the payment of over 500 million Ghana cedis as allowances to those names. Now, these names combinated about 63,000 individuals, or what we are terming as ghost names. Also, he additionally acquired an ease-wage card in 2022, and this ease-wage card was linked to the accounts of the National Service Authority and the ADB bank accounts. He registered this ease-wage in his biometrics and paid himself 8.2 million cedis between 2022 to 2024. Now, the Deputy Attorney General also indicated that when SUBCRIBE was handing over to his successor, he did not disclose the ease-wage card which he owned. Now, later on, when he was arrested, or when they raided his house and he was arrested, that's when they discovered the ease-wage card. Now, after hearing the brief facts of the case, his lawyer, led by Oseusu, prayed for bail for him, indicating that he's a person of repute. He served the nation in various capacities and so is not flight risk. Now, the prosecution did not oppose this bail application, but indicated that due to the nature of the case and the fact that we are looking at an amount of 1.2 billion cedis which have been allegedly misappropriated by the accused person, the bail conditions should be looked at carefully in such a way that he will not abscond or leave the jurisdiction when called upon, because he indicated that over the past few weeks, the manner in which SUBCRIBE has related to investigators of the prosecution has not been the best, and so he prayed the court to make the conditions quite stringent to match up the amount that we are looking at. And so the bail was granted a 800 million Ghana cedi bail with 6 sureties, all to be justified. He's been placed on the Ghana Immigration Service stop list. He's supposed to report to the National Investigation Bureau every first and third Wednesday of the month. He's supposed to deposit his all passports to the registry, and then the 6 sureties are also supposed to submit all ID cards to the registry. And when this was done, we tried to get the lawyers to comment, but they did not speak. Osasibe himself was taken away from the court premises to believe the NIB quarters. Now, Kemini, there's also the case of the former Bafstock chief executive, Hanan Abdul Wahab Aludiba, and his wife Faiza. When I was descending the court was hearing the case. They also pleaded not guilty to 24 counts of money laundering, intentional causing financial loss to the state, fraudulently causing financial loss to the state, stealing, dissipation of public funds. He and then his wife, they both pleaded not guilty, and the Attorney General read the brief facts of the case, a quite lengthy one. And when I was leaving, his lawyer, led by the former Deputy Attorney General Joseph Pemka, he's the leader of the counsel for Hanan and his wife. He was praying the courts to grant them bail, and so that's where we are at right now. I'll get the details of the bail conditions once it is granted or otherwise came in here.
I see. So Abdul Wahab and his wife and a few others who are facing, charges of financial impropriety have also been granted bail, you tell us. But give us details of the extent of the accusation against them.
So the brief facts, as read by the prosecution, involve the amount of money that they, for example, dissipated, the transfer of monies from various accounts, the registration of companies, which, for example, Hanan owns 80% of. Now, this company, the two companies actually, one of them is owned by his wife, and he owns about 80% stake in it. The prosecution narrated how they used these companies to shuffle monies about and own properties. Now, there's a third accused person whom the prosecution indicated that is currently on the run. There's another person who the prosecution indicated is going to be the part of the witnesses to help clarify things and put things into perspective. And so we are still monitoring this case. I'll get more details in the brief facts, and then we'll communicate it as and when things progress coming in.
Tell us again what their bail conditions are.
As of now, the lawyers are praying for the bail, and so we do not have that because they are still arguing or praying the court for the bail when I was leaving the court, and so we'll get to know that in a few moments when this is granted by the court.
Very well, then we'll leave you to go back to court and then listen in on how things are playing out. But that's our court correspondent, Lord Eduasare, giving us the very latest on two key issues being tackled by the Attorney General in court to do with the National Service Authority and the Buffer Stock Company.
And we know as well that the Kwabena Duboahin case is returning to court. We'll be getting details of that from Lord, who is shuffling quite a number of courtrooms for us this afternoon. But let's return to another matter which has gripped the attention of the entire country following videos circulating on social media, amongst many other things. Because the Ghana Armed Forces has confirmed the arrest of a soldier captured on CCTV assaulting a female customer and a pharmacy attendant inside the Burma camp here in Accra. The suspect, identified as Warrant Officer Class 1, also known as WO1, Mensa Williams.
Order for when breaking news about concerning a NSS4 scandal, no beka a national service for scandal na beto dwanu na chesi yesi former director no we disika emu odu si anu akwakopi mu okota chesi di bill of 800 million Ghana cedis, and they are born with 6 solid sureties. Or 4, we any breaking news concerning a NSS scandal now beto jam so meji ni na Ghanatube the former if say mobile like no subscribe no share no notification bell so man say na be a bring ya bibia do content say ya wo una me na okasa no nya ntempa no ahwe item do 4 aha ana me dey nsem ni na be si Ghanatube so do 4 maka mu nyina meda mu nyina si bebre.